Guys, summer is over and it's time to wrap up these August books and go over our September hopefuls. I have an idea of what I want to read for the rest of September, but I could probably use a little help. It is my birthday month, so I need good reads, okay? I need 5 stars for my birthday month, so please comment down below your #1 book you've read so far this year, because I need a 5-star this month. I need a 5-star this month, okay? First, let's go over the books that I read in August. I had some good books, but I also had some doozies, okay? But let's get into it. The first book we have is Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. This is her most recent release. I think it came out in like April. I was sitting on it for the longest time because people were saying this was not your typical Abby book. It was sad, it was depressing, it was one note. And while I understand what people were saying, I still enjoyed it. It still had the humor there, even though it was kind of a sad tone for most of the book. I still enjoyed it. This book follows Xavier and Samantha, and they meet one night, have a great date, but Samantha is literally like moving away. So the majority of this book, they're just long distance, and it just seems so like, just let it go, y'all. Y'all don't know each other like that. Just let it go. Y'all are making this too hard. But it is still so sweet, and I still just ate it right up. I enjoyed it, and I swear all of her male main characters are just so tender and loving and willing to do whatever it takes to be with the FMC. Like every single book. I enjoyed it. I rated it 4 stars. Okay. The next book we have is Fearless by Lauren Roberts. This is the last book in the Powerless trilogy, and this is a thick book, okay? All summer I've been reading this series from start to finish, and I'm actually reading Fearful right now, and I'm about to finish like today. And I don't want to say too much on this book. It was good. I did rate it 4 stars. I think it's because I enjoyed the characters a lot more than the book itself, honestly, because the first book I really liked. The second book, this is the third book, and some of it was just a little far-fetched, okay? Some of it was far-fetched, but some of it did flabber my gas. And if you don't know what this series is about, it's about Peyton Gray, who is an ordinary amongst a kingdom of elites. So people who have powers and everything, and she finds herself in these trials, basically the Hunger Games type. And there's 2 princes. You can imagine what goes on. You know what I mean? She's like the Katniss, the Harry Potter. She's the strong one, the underdog, okay? But I do like these books, and I do like the series, and I actually filmed a whole full spoiler vlog of me reading these books, and it's honestly me just going through every book, having my theories and my thoughts as I read them all. Will I edit it all? One of these days. Once I finish this, I'm gonna put all my thoughts together and edit that video and upload it soon. I promise. Next we have Ethic by Ashley Antoinette. Oh, you know what? That might add another book to my completion, because I read Ethic 1 and Ethic 2. I read 1 and 2. This series is a continuation of Moth to a Flame by Ashley Antoinette. Moth to a Flame came out in like 2011. So a long time ago. And then like 10 years later she wrote Ethic 1 because people were so obsessed with Ethic in Moth to a Flame, and that's correct, because when I read Moth to a Flame, I rated that 5 stars, and I loved me some Ethic. So to get his own series is so amazing. I don't want to really tell you too much, because I want you to read Moth to a Flame if you're gonna read this series first, okay? But Ethic follows a dad, a drug kingpin, if you will. He's just so like, you don't want to mess with him, but he's still like a family man. He yearns for actual real love, and it's just I love it. He has 3 kids. He's a single dad. It's good. It's really good. I really enjoyed Ethic 1 and 2, but I will tell you, check your trigger warnings, because these books will have you crying, sobbing, snotting, questioning life, okay? Because I feel like I know these people. I rated both of these 4 stars. I rated Moth to a Flame 5 stars, which I read like 3 months ago, but that was just the most unhinged book I've literally ever read in my entire life. And these books were crazy, but in my opinion, not as crazy, but so good. As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson. This is the last book in the, I was about to say How to Get Away with Murder. No, The Good Girl's Guide to Murder trilogy. And wow, I am obsessed with Pip. Pip is always getting into some mess, but she's always gonna get down to the bottom of it. Or, you know what? This book, this 3rd book in the trilogy, was completely different in my opinion to the other 2 books in this series. And normally she's figuring out whatever the town's murders or whatever mysteries going on, but it's a little bit different perspective in this book, and I really enjoyed it. And I was trying to look up other people's reviews, and some people didn't like where they took this book, but I thought it was good because it was like so fresh to end the series that way. It is a little like, but I'm not mad at it. I don't know. Let me know what you think down below, but I liked it. I rated this 4 stars as well. Shout out to Holly Jackson, because this is a YA series. I always think that you should go into thrillers or mysteries blind, and that's my opinion. That's my opinion. I watched the show too, but the show wasn't as good to me. Oh my god, I forgot. Hold on, no. Oh no. I'm already turned up just because I'm excited to film, because I haven't been filming. Oh, but we got an Alani. Oh, okay. Maybe I did need that. Okay, let's finish these reviews. Next, we have Summer Sisters by Judy Blume. This was an interesting book, literary fiction. This follows 2 friends over a span of like, I don't know, like 2 decades. Follows 2 friends, Caitlin and Vix. And it's like your classic, oh, one girl is popular and, you know, she's very outgoing, and then the other friend is like more quiet. She has like some struggles at home type of thing. And, you know, the popular girl, Caitlin, invites Vix to stay with their family for the summer. And it turns into a thing where she stays with her every summer for many summers throughout their life. And girl, that girl, Caitlin, was a trip, okay? And their relationship and their dynamic was a trip. And just watching their adolescence and the things that you discover about yourself and about your friendships and just the different dynamics that they had was just so interesting to see. So after seeing them grow up and kind of have 2 different trajectories in their lives and then still try to come back together in the end in the weirdest way, it was still just such an interesting book. And it was weird. I don't know, it was weird, but it was good at the same time. And I can see this being a movie. I rated it 4 stars. It was very interesting. Okay, now this book, We Have Time of Your Life by Jessa Hastings. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know that I love Jessa Hastings' writing. I love the Magnolia Park series. I love, what's Sandpenny? The Conditions of Will. I love The Conditions of Will. So when I seen that she was coming out with this book, I was very excited. And I did not love it. I did not love it. I've been seeing so many people say that this is just like Magnolia Parks, just in a different font, and I somewhat agree. It didn't set itself apart enough for me like The Conditions of Will did. Like, even though technically Georgia is somewhat in that world of Magnolia Parks, it felt like a completely different story for me. Like, it felt like completely different. It was so much family dynamics. It was so much like depth to all the characters to me in that book, where this felt very surface level, very, this just didn't feel as like different. It just didn't feel fresh to me. This book follows Joa and Isolde. Isolde is a model, Joa is a rock star, and this is set in the 90s. And that's another thing. It didn't really feel as much set in the 90s as I would hope. You only knew you were in the 90s when she was saying like she had sex with Johnny Depp, or like it was just like, okay, sure. Like, I don't know. I think overall I was still entertained, but I think my bar is set so high for Jessa Hastings books that like I think every time it's gonna be a 5-star. And so when it wasn't, I was just like, okay, yeah, they're toxic. It's toxic. Isolde, you deserve better, and you know you do. And I also like, one thing I will say about Jessa Hastings books, I do like that they don't always have like a happy ending, and because that's real life. I still rated it 3 stars. It wasn't a bad book by any means, and maybe if I hadn't read any other Jessa Hastings book before, I would have liked it, you know? Maybe if this was my first one, I would be like, oh my god, I love this. But because the bar is set so high for me with her books, this just fell flat. But 3 is not a bad rating. 3 is not a bad rating. It's just average to me. The next book that we have is actually Plus Size Player by Danielle Allen. Yeah. That girl right there, she knows how to write a funny ass book, okay? I will tell you that. She's literally the definition of black rom-coms for me, because every book that I've read by her, which it's only 2 books, okay? I read Plus Size Player and I read Curvy Girl Summer, but both books had me literally laughing out loud, dying laughing, okay? This book follows Russ and, what's her name? Aaliyah. Oh my god. See, this is terrible because I just remember Big Daddy Russ. Nina. Aaliyah, I think, was from the other book. Okay, Nina. This book follows Nina and Russ. And Miss Nina, she's a model, she's a baddie, plus size mama, and she don't let nobody play with her. And neither does Russ. And I really loved it. I will say their conflict was very predictable, but everything else about that book I loved. I ate up. The spice was spicing so hot. Child, I was clutching my pearls. It was a lot, but I liked it. We don't call him Big Daddy Russ for nothing. If you want to have a great time, if you want to laugh, if you want to giggle, if you want to kick your feet, read this book. 4 stars. Loved it. Loved it. That's all the books that I read in August. So let's go ahead and talk about my September hopefuls. We have Fearful, Lauren Roberts. We're already making it happen in September. I'm gonna literally finish this as soon as I'm done filming. Rebecca Ross's Wild Reverence. And I'm so excited about this book because this is a prequel to Divine Rivals. Divine Rivals is a duology that I read when I first started reading, and I love that duology so much. Divine Rivals ripped me to shreds. So I'm sure you could probably read it in whichever order that you want to. Like, oh, look at this. But this one follows a young goddess and a mortal boy, and I like that the dynamics are switched in this. It's normally a mortal girl and the boy has the powers or something, but no, we're gonna switch it up in this book. I really like that. I don't know too much about it because honestly I like going into most books blind, but if you haven't read the Divine Rival series, I definitely recommend that. All right, I know some of these books I really want to read, so I have them kind of up at the top. I want to read Their Vicious Games by Joelle Wellington. This follows Adina Walker. She goes to like a prestigious school, and I think that there are some kind of like trials or games that she has to endure. I like reading books that are in academic settings in the fall. I mean, it makes sense. So I really want to get to this book because she has another book called The Blonde Dies First that I also own and haven't gotten to, and I want to read that in October. Okay, so I need to read this ASAP. I also got another book called Pretty Girl County by Lakita Wilson, and I honestly don't really know what this is about. I got this book because if you don't know, Pretty Girl County is what they call Prince George's County, and I actually lived in Prince George's County for 11 years of my life when I was younger, and it's literally in Sea Pleasant. Like, that's so crazy. The setting of this book is in Sea Pleasant, and I think this is like a YA book as well, and the girl is in high school. Sounds like some like BFF drama or something. I don't know. It seems light and funny and fresh and just a light read. So I figured I want to get into this book. I also was thinking I kind of want to do a video of me reading local authors. So if I do, this will be in there. I also want to make sure I read Real in September. Okay, I need to read this book already. It has been like eyeing me, and I've been eyeing it for way too long. This follows Neva and Cannon, and I think it's like a director and actress dynamic, forbidden type love, and I'm excited to read it because I have read the Skyland series and I just love those books so much, and I don't know why I haven't read this yet, but I need to read it ASAP. I love Kennedy Ryan, and you know what? I'm gonna put this in here. I met Kennedy Ryan in August at Mahogany Books at the Black Books Matter Festival, and she said she's seen my reviews before. She was like, oh wait, you're from TikTok, and I was like, I am. She was like, I remember your reviews. I was like, I almost just passed out right then and there. Okay, so maybe I'll just add the clip there because someone has to see this. And then the last book that is on my radar for September is Wild Card by Elsie Silver. This is the last book in the Rose Hill series. I ate this series up, okay? The first book was Wild Love. The second book was Wild Eyes. That's my favorite one. And then the third book was Wild Side. How could I forget that it was called Wild Side? That was his name. Okay, it's so good. They're all like single dad type vibes, and they're all spicy and funny and bantery, and I just really enjoy her writing. I haven't read her other series that's really popular, but I read this one, and I'm excited for the last book because I think the last book is going to give age gap. It's going to be an older man, and I'm excited to see where she takes it. I think it's going to be the last book in the series, so I might as well round it out. I think that comes out today. I think it comes out today, so I might need to go to the store. My birthday is on the 16th, y'all. If you didn't know, Virgo stand up. Virgo stand up. Oh my God, I'm so cringy. Yeah. I just hope that we all have a great reading month. Thank you so much for watching.